The phone kept vibrating inside the dark house. Again, and again, and again. Claire Donovan didn't answer. Her sister stood on the porch, staring at the locked door, listening to the silence behind it. A silence that felt wrong, because Claire always answered. Claire Donovan was 35 years old, recently divorced, exhausted, working 2 jobs and convincing herself that starting over was still possible. She rented a small house in a quiet neighborhood because quiet felt safe. She told herself that isolation was temporary. What she didn't know was that someone nearby had already noticed how alone she was. Patrick Halle lived next door, late 40s, polite, reliable, the kind of man neighbors waved at without thinking, the kind who remembered trash days and offered to help without being asked. When Claire's fence leaned after a storm, Patrick fixed it. When her heater failed in winter, Patrick checked it. When her car wouldn't start one morning, Patrick already had jumper cables. Each favor made Claire feel less alone. Each favor made Patrick feel closer, not emotionally, structurally. At first, Claire felt relief, then dependence. She didn't notice when Patrick began anticipating her needs. He knew when she came home late, when she skipped dinner, when she sounded tired. He spoke softly, but he always stood just a little too close. Claire felt something tighten in her chest sometimes, a discomfort she couldn't explain. She ignored it, because ignoring discomfort felt easier than questioning kindness. Her sister, Megan, noticed the change. Claire canceled visits, stopped returning calls as quickly, mentioned Patrick's name often, always casually, always positively. "He's just helpful," Claire said once, forcing a laugh. Megan didn't laugh back. What Claire didn't know was that small things in her life were being altered. Her internet dropping at night, her car battery draining without explanation, mail going missing. Each problem ended the same way. Patrick appeared, calm, prepared, necessary. Investigators would later describe it as engineered reliance, creating instability to become the solution. Claire only knew that life felt harder without him, and that scared her more than his presence. The night she disappeared, nothing dramatic happened. No screams, no neighbors calling police. Claire sent a tired message to her sister. "I'll call you tomorrow. Just need sleep." She never did. When police entered the house the next morning, everything looked normal. Too normal. Her wallet sat on the counter. Her shoes were lined by the door. Her phone charger was plugged in, empty. Detective Aaron Blake stood in the kitchen, feeling uneasy. People don't vanish from their own lives without a reason, and they don't leave without their phone. Patrick was gone too. At first, investigators thought that meant everything. Then doubt crept in. Maybe Claire left willingly. Maybe Patrick panicked and ran. Maybe someone else was involved. A former coworker with a temper became a suspect. A rideshare driver was questioned for hours. Days passed. Nothing fit. The case felt like it was slipping. Patrick's car was found abandoned near a construction site 2 counties away. Inside the trunk were Claire's belongings, still neatly arranged. That detail unsettled everyone. Criminals in panic don't organize. Search teams worked for hours. Then someone noticed fresh concrete in an unfinished foundation, a sealed compartment. When they opened it, the room went quiet. Claire was inside, placed carefully, as if she had been set down, not discarded. Detective Blake later said that moment changed him, because it wasn't violence that stood out. It was intention. Patrick was arrested days later. During interrogation, he didn't resist, didn't cry, didn't ask for a lawyer. Instead, he talked, slowly, messily. He described Claire as overwhelmed, unfocused, in need of structure. He said he helped her simplify her life. That independence confused her, that people like her needed guidance. When detectives challenged him, his voice cracked, not with regret, but irritation. They were misunderstanding him. That was the most disturbing part. Digital evidence revealed months of planning. Notes on Claire's moods, her fears, her patterns. Not fantasies, systems. Patrick didn't see himself as a killer. He saw himself as a manager. And when Claire resisted, when she started pulling away, control felt threatened. That was unacceptable to him. In court, Claire's sister spoke. She said Claire trusted people because she believed kindness meant safety. She said that belief was what killed her. Patrick never looked at her. He was sentenced to life in prison. The neighborhood grew quieter afterward. Neighbors stopped offering help so easily. People began second-guessing politeness. Trust felt heavier, more complicated. The real horror of this case isn't how Claire died. It's how long she was trapped before she realized she was in danger. Because the most dangerous manipulation doesn't look like abuse. It looks like help. And that truth forces an uncomfortable question. How often do we mistake control for care? If this story made you think, that's the point. Awareness doesn't eliminate danger, but it gives us a chance to see it sooner.